starting on time tonight. That's kind of scary for me. How are you guys doing? Just want to make sure you come up here on the other phone so I can say hello to everybody. How are you guys doing? It has been a crazy day. And a huge shout out to Stephanie and Allison Stollmiller for texting me early this morning, waking me up almost. No, I slept in, so I missed so much of it. Let's see here. Yvonne Kennedy, how are you doing? It's great to see you. Owen Miller, yeah, the American plane, the C-130J, and a couple others, not the J, but a couple others were actually flying over there. Mary Jo Tyndall, great to see you. Sherry Charles, oh, and it's live, so let's turn you down. Mariana Makajan? I hope I say it right. I don't know. Forgive me, guys. Maine, how are you doing? Dory Termier, how are you doing? Oh, you're Canada. You live up in the Canada. Very nice, very nice, very nice. B-Dog, great to see you. Yeah. Diane Williams, guys, if you had a chance, I wish I could have gone down to Diane Williams Church down there outside of Lexington because Billy Crone was in town for a 3-day conference, a meeting, preaching. It was really, really good, and I was watching on the YouTube there. Betrothed to Him Forever, listening from the Willamette Valley, Oregon. Very nice. I missed the Pacific Northwest. I lived Seattle area back in the 90s in the flight attendant days. It's Emerald City up there. I love the Pacific Northwest. Aussie for Christ, Slim 56, Aussie for Christ, I've been praying for you. Mindy Grant, great to see you. Maccabees, how are you doing? Tracy of 8. Oh my God, that right, Michigan, right on. I used to live Romulus outside of Detroit when I was a flight attendant, you know. The Watchwoman for Christ, how are you doing? Bill Bailey, how are you doing? They'll let anyone online in these days. Oh, no kidding. I love Jesus Reigns Forever. It's great to see you. Elohim Follower, first time here. Heard of you through Watchman River, Tom. Oh, very cool. Yeah, Watchman River. I need to text him again. It's been probably a week or something since I've reached out to him. But he's a good cat. I know he's busy with his kids and everything. But good stuff. Oh, no. Hey, Robin Newman driving through Amber's in southern Indiana. Nice. I'm here in central Indiana. Perlin, greetings from New Zealand. Very nice. Kelly Schultz, great to see you. The Nut House. Hey, what's up, brother, man? Cindy Got a Minute team. Great to see you. I saw Aaron last night in another live stream. I said hello. Rachel Smith, how are you doing? It is crazy. Yeah, a totally interesting day for Israel. Sherry Charles, it's so good to see you. Tammy Baumgartner. Okay, from Northern Kentucky. I hope I got that right. We'll be going down to Perryville, Kentucky, where the Civil War reenactment in a couple weeks for the reenactment and stuff down there. So I'll be camping down there. Shaz73, how are you doing, sweetheart? I haven't seen you for 100 years. You're always doing your videos way too early, and I'm not up yet. Oh, man, who else? Eunice from Buford, Georgia. Nice. Karen, great to see you. Chris Pyatt, how are you doing? It's hard to keep up with all you guys, but it's so good to see you guys. I'm sure you guys have all heard by now. Big changes are happening, like Allison Stollmiller said. That, yeah, pager in 30 years. You know what? And that was a big one. Let's just get to the news. Allison and Stephanie's in chat. I wanted to say, oh, nice, Michiana area, SRG farm. Outstanding, guys. Texas is white knuckles. Israel did probably the largest attack in recent history against an enemy with the fewest civilian casualties ever, if not ever. What happened earlier today around 8:30 a.m. Eastern, I believe it was, 3:30 p.m. over there, Israel, through their technology, set a signal and caused all of these old school pagers to explode. And the guys were wearing the pagers on their belts, their hips. They were wearing them in their pants. And that's why I was calling this Operation Below the Belt. Sir Pierce the Veil just nailed it. No shots were fired except for that signal that went out. And apparently they said upwards over 5,000 pagers exploded today. And these pagers have been handed out to Hezbollah in the past 3 to 5 months. Because Hezbollah got new pager system because they knew that Israel was into their information, and they knew that. So they needed to have new pagers to replace their old ones. Well, these new pagers we're trying to find out the story. They'll never tell us probably the real story. We all know that by now. But what they're saying is that the Mossad got involved somehow, and these pagers were sent from China into Jordan. But then I've seen other rumors where they came from Iran from China, but then now they're trying to tie it in to say it's Taiwan, and the USA owns the chip manufacturing company for the Apollo group of one of the pagers. There were 3 different pagers that we've seen pictures that have exploded, but apparently they inserted PETN, and that is, and it's a hard word to say, pentaerythritol tetranitrate, PETN, and it's this white explosive powder, and supposedly they inserted it and mixed it in with the plastic somehow and got it to detonate. And they did this by sending a signal to the pager to heat up the battery, and once it reached, I believe, 190 degrees is when it detonated. So that's the storyline that they're sticking to. Let's see here. How many numbers? We're up over now 450 Hezbollah members have been taken out, and not to lunch, since October 8th, when Hezbollah launched their first rockets into Israel, October 8th, the day after October 7th, to join in the fight. And basically, there's been over 1 average death of a Hezbollah member for every day since October 7th of 2023. And there's all kinds of things that are happening too. Like last night, the reason this probably all went down as well is because, and let me scroll through just to trigger the memory. I posted this last night on the Telegram. Yeah, I didn't want to show the videos of today because some of them were very graphic, and and they call this Operation Below the Belt, and some of the explosions, they call it Operation Precision Circumcision, so or something like that, Operation something circumcision. So I thought that was kind of funny. Anyway, interesting at least. But last night they had a big meeting with Netanyahu, Gallant, Halevi, all the big boys, talking about a move into a full-scale conflict with the North. Israel's had it, but they finally, through their Security Council, approved the 4th goal now to the war in Gaza. Let's get to that. Yeah, Israel's political security cabinet updated, aka approved, the goals of the war last night to include the safe return of the residents of the North to their homes. In other words, Israel is officially going to war with Hezbollah. Israel has increasingly threatened to launch a major Hezbollah operation to push back Hezbollah from the border, and the change to the stated war goals comes as U.S. Special Envoy visited Israel yesterday. Amos Hochstein, who's the numbnuts who goes and talks to Lebanon, was meeting. He's the ambassador to Lebanon and Hezbollah. He met with Netanyahu and whatnot yesterday. And Hochstein basically told Israel, don't go to war yet. Don't go to war yet. And trying to tell Israel what to do. And Israel basically said thanks, but no thanks. So there's no diplomatic solution coming with Lebanon. Until now, the official 3 war goals have been the elimination of Hamas's military and governing capabilities in Gaza, the return of all the hostages out of 101 or maybe 30 to 35 left, ensuring, number 3, that Gaza is no longer posing any threat to Israel by removing their enemies there in Gaza. So the Security Cabinet last night updated its official goals with Hamas to include a 4th objective, and the 4th objective is the safe return of the residents of the northern Israel back to their homes. Now the question becomes when. Today was the first phase of when. And today was unprecedented. Very, very, very much unprecedented. This even hit a lot of the Hezbollah stronghold members in outside Damascus. The Iranian ambassador to Lebanon had his fingers injured, I believe. And there's rumors too, and they covered it up really fast. But it was the Ukraine representative to Lebanon also was injured. Now, these pagers only went out to Hezbollah members. Not to nurses, not to doctors, not to first responders. This only went out to Hezbollah operatives. And I saw the different frequencies in the megahertz where they were operating on old school technology because they know that Israel can triangulate their cell phones. They know Israel can even figure out their pagers, beepers, that we haven't used for 30 years. But these are upgraded ones, and they got through with the supply chain mess up. And well, it's not really a mess up because Mossad got involved and got these to these agents as an inside job. And there's supposedly a bunch of locals in certain cities that are now missing in Lebanon. And they could be part of the Israeli operatives to help. And they have since boogied out of town. Oh, goodness. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. Let me get to the latest numbers. There, the official Lebanese numbers say that 3,000 Hezbollah members were injured. I've seen unofficial reports of up to 5,000. Personally, I'd probably go with 4,000. They're saying 400 to 500 have been critically injured. 500 Hezbollah operatives are missing eyeballs, or they've gone blind. Because the New York Times even put it out a little bit ago, and I posted it in chat at the beginning, but they sent out a signal that came from headquarters, supposedly. So when the operative went and looked at his pager, ba-boom, hits his eyes. Yeah, goodbye, Moto, instead of hello, Moto. Who had exploding pagers on their 2024 bingo card? I didn't. And the Israeli High Command is still anticipating Hezbollah to launch a coordinated attack against Israel in the coming next hours. Well, fast forward to this afternoon's news, they then updated it to what we've heard with Iran in the past 2 months, 24 to 48 hours. As of this afternoon, Lufthansa, Air France, British Airways, I believe, have all canceled their flights to Israel for the next couple days. Lebanon has canceled all their schools tomorrow, including universities. And this wasn't in just one city. This was from outside Beirut to the Bekaa Valley, up towards Syria, where Israel's been hitting, down to Quneitra, down towards the northern border with Israel, over towards Tyre and Sidon, that whole area. So this was all over the place. All over the place. Israeli Air Force is on high alert, of course, still. Israel raised the alert level on all of their ports, including Eilat in the south, but then they since lifted it. Earlier today, Israel opened up all the bomb shelters all the way down from Haifa to Tel Aviv. Hezbollah hasn't really done anything today ever since. I mean, they've done a little bit here in the past hour, but nothing insane like they've been doing. And I posted that yesterday, but just in the first half of this month, Hezbollah has launched over 700 rockets in the first 15 days or so into Israel, as well as dozens of drones. And yeah, I'm with you, Rick Whitaker. No pager for you. Let's see here. I mean, these once this thing kicks off, this will lead to a regional war. This will. I said this too earlier. I said, keep an eye out for Hezbollah stronghold in Sidon in the days to come. Ezekiel 28 verses 20 to 23. And I believe that's still coming up before the Psalm 83 war and the Damascus prophecy of Isaiah 17. I believe Sidon is dealt with beforehand. I'm with Bill Salas on this one. I believe that Sidon is going to be hit first. And the reason I said this today is because many missiles and drones are being prepared to attack Israel's gas and oil rigs off the Lebanese coast from Sidon. So we're watching that in the next couple days. Hezbollah has already warned that they're going to probably respond down to Tel Aviv, but Hezbollah knows not to hit Tel Aviv because Israel will then start putting the smackdown on Beirut. Iraq just announced that they are ready to send in Iraq announced their militias in Iraq here a little bit ago, announced that they have technology just like what Yemen, the Houthis, shot up to Israel Sunday morning, the hypersonic missile. And I know Israel is saying it wasn't hypersonic. It was. If you do the math even, I mean, the 1,200 miles in 11 minutes. I mean, yeah. But anyway, they said the average speed was somewhere between 6 and 9 Mach, that area. So it was hypersonic. And that's why Israel had such a hard time shooting it down, because they used Arrow 2 missiles, Arrow 3, Arrow 2. I believe, no, they used one of the both. And then they also used some Iron Dome to try to knock it out of trajectory. But this caught Israel off guard big time. Big time the other day. And there's some questions too why Israel did not finish it up today when they hit them so hard with the chaos and the commotion and the hospitals being overrun, the doctors and nurses and surgeons that were being brought in from Tripoli, that were being brought in from Iran, that were being brought in from Iraq. Even Jordan offered their people and medical. Now Egypt is supporting, saying this, that, the other. So we're going to start seeing all these Arab countries and players and people groups, I believe, of the Psalm 83 war, starting to come to the defense of the inhabitants of Tyre. Psalm 83, what is that, verse 6 or 7, right there in that area, 6, 7, 8. You've got the inhabitants of Tyre. You have Gebal, which is up there towards Beirut. And you've got Tyre and Sidon. You've got Sidon there with Ezekiel 28. You've got Zarephath, which is there between Tyre and Sidon. Mentioned in, Obadiah 1, 20, 19 to 20, that area right there. Just some interesting prophecies coming up. It could be that the IDF will strike as Hezbollah prepares to attack Israel. Or somehow Israel thinks it can still secure a Lebanon ceasefire deal without having a mega war. I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening at all. And even Israel said that they're preparing for a third Lebanon war coming up. The possibility of Israel soon declaring the northern front, the main war front, moving away from Gaza. The Lebanese front will soon be identified as a major war zone. But Hezbollah may even respond with limited cross-border infiltrations into Israel, because Hezbollah, the past couple of days and weeks even, continues to take out the eyes and ears of Israel on the northern border, hitting their bases there along the northern border, taking out their radar systems, their communication stations, and these drones that Hezbollah has been flying in. Hezbollah has probably used less than 300 drones total since October 8th. Hezbollah still has another 5,000 to go. Iraq has a couple thousand in their Hezbollah units, their Iranian militias. The Kataib Hezbollah militia in Iraq announced their Islamic resistance in Iraq to help Hezbollah in this war. We will put all of our capabilities in the hands of our brothers in Lebanon, and we are fully prepared to go with them to the very end. And I said, just a reminder that Hezbollah has a little over 140,000 active operatives, but also as a friendly reminder that Israel is a nuclear power and it's not to be messed with. Because we still have this, the Damascus prophecy coming up. We've still got the city of destruction coming up, Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19 with Egypt. We've still got Amman, Jordan. That's going to be a mound of dirt, Jeremiah 49, verse 2. But this I found, there's a couple of things I found interesting too. I'm kind of going to segue in my mind because I'm looking at Netanyahu now. Netanyahu has canceled his trip to the U.S., scheduled for September 27th, in which he was supposed to address the United Nations General Assembly in New York City. So as of now, Netanyahu said, nope, I can't go. Here's the interesting thing. Netanyahu was supposed to meet with Emmanuel Macron of France on the sidelines at the UN General Assembly meeting to discuss a new peace plan. And this is interesting too, that they were going to start discussing this new peace plan because of what the UN has planned for the 22nd and 23rd at the Pact of the Future, the Summit of the Future, with the world signing on to the Pact of the Future, which is the Great Reset of the future in its entirety in this paperwork. It's the foundational work for the Antichrist to come. It is truly insane. But oh yeah. One more thing with the Netanyahu, he was supposed to have today that huge meeting with Gallant and let's just scroll back. I'm gonna scroll back. Give me 2 seconds here, kids. All right, you guys are fun. All righty. Yes. Point of no return. Hezbollah yesterday offensive in nature. Yes. Let's find it. Come on. Not the tanks moving into the northern border yesterday. Has to do with Ben Gvir, our buddy Ben Gvir. Our friend, our pal Ben Gvir. There it is. All right, so today, Prime Minister Netanyahu was set to hold a special meeting today with Ben Gvir. That guy. You know this guy right here. And there's Gallant over here of Israel's defense. He was supposed to meet there with Ben Gvir. Well, that didn't happen because they had some explosive pagers going off. Because they wanted to all meet regarding the changes to the status quo on the Temple Mount. National Security Itamar Ben Gvir, Minister Ben Gvir, is going to ask Netanyahu to relax the status quo and permit Jewish prayer at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem with the high holy days and the fall feast days coming up. This meeting was supposed to be attended, if it would have happened today, by Israel's foreign ministers, their justice and strategic affairs ministers, and their defense ministers, because they know how big this is. This meeting was supposed to be. This Temple Mount issue is much bigger than we realize in America. Ben Gvir stood on the Temple Mount in August, and for the third time in 3 months, he declared the end to the status quo governing the Temple Mount, saying that he is going to end the status quo that Jews are not allowed to pray on the Temple Mount because him and his ministry right there, with being the national security minister, he also owns the police force of the Temple Mount. So he says his rules go. Every time he said that 3 times in 3 months, Netanyahu has rushed to say, no, you're wrong. We're keeping the status quo. Jews are not allowed to pray. National Security Minister Ben Gvir says that Gallant needs to be fired immediately, and that's the defense minister. And there's been all the rumors the past couple days that Gallant is supposed to be fired by Netanyahu. And with everything going on with the pagers going off today, Netanyahu's not going to fire him with this going on, especially if a major war breaks out in the next few days. If it starts to settle down and the dust settles, there may be some big changes. But there's a lot of people, even though because Defense Minister Gallant, Israeli Defense Minister Gallant, has been against Netanyahu wanting to go into Hezbollah. But he's been going back on his own words, along with him and Halevi and others that say, you give the order, we're ready to go into Hezbollah territory, Lebanon. Because Netanyahu wants to build a buffer zone into Lebanon, push all of Hezbollah back, if they can, to the UN Resolution 1701 that they have not obeyed, but they want to push them back all the way to the Litani River. And one day they will, prophetically, Obadiah 1, 17 through 20 area. But we're also going to have, I believe, still an unsuccessful siege in the days to come into Israel and Jerusalem in particular. So there's lots of things going on we have to watch. But anyway, that being said, my goodness, guys, we are getting so stinking close to the end. This is nuts. This is truly nuts. And you guys know as well as I do, the stuff in the Middle East can fall asleep and just be like, nothing's going on, and then all of a sudden stuff like today pops out and it's just going. Now tonight it's just calm again. It's almost as if Nasrallah there, the general secretary of Hezbollah, he doesn't know what to do. But I know that Iran is ticked too, because this hurt their ambassador to Lebanon, and that's considered basically an attack and an injury then to an Iranian that's working for them. So let's see here. Yes, there's something going on. Thank you, Rachel Smith, for pointing that out. I saw that there's some kind of partial, is it lunar eclipse tonight? They're over Saudi Arabia. I saw that they were talking about it. Yeah, hiker lady. Yeah. Something about that going on. And wasn't there something too big that was supposed to happen, like September 18th timeframe, that people in chat rooms and stuff have been talking about for a while? I'm with you, Allison Stollmiller. I think that people are afraid to use their devices because the memo came out from Hezbollah that told people with Apple Watches and whatnot to get rid of them, take them off. Cell phones, people are not wanting to take calls. Um, they could do something like that where it's a backdoor kind of a kill switch kind of a scenario, but to get these batteries to go off, they probably did use that PETN, the explosive, and probably did use that into the plastic, and this is why it was very specified to these pagers and to these operatives. So we'll have to find out. But yeah, the past couple days, I mean, even Israel, Israel's been dropping leaflets there in southern Lebanon, telling the people to evacuate. Just like they've been dropping leaflets over the past 7, 10, 11 months there in Gaza, Hamas. When Israel's getting ready to go to a certain section, they're dropping these leaflets by the thousands. Let me see here. The Feast of Trumpets today, was somebody saying, yeah? Let's see here. Oh, man. Hey, so 1971, Marie Smith, Rick Whitaker, B-Dog, Athena Chris, thank you so much. Yeah, the Star of Jacob was Prophecy of Balaam. Yeah, they've got the star, one of them, somebody blowing up my beeper, good night. Yeah. And that's why I used the thumbnail. I couldn't pass that up either because it said Shalom on the pager, but I saw one that said, instead of hello moto, it said goodbye moto. When the guy looks down, boom, goodbye moto. There's a lot of crazy memes that have been popping out from this too, but Israel had the perfect time to hit Hezbollah really hard today, but this thing went off and they hit all these terrorist guys literally just popping. Like, it reminded me of other movies where the people just fall down dead. Wasn't that the movie Cell or something like that, where the people were walking on the streets and they just went boom? Almost like a Jiffy Pop kind of a thing. I mean, some of these videos too, where the people are just standing there and just, and it was a high-end explosive. This was more than just a battery blowing up, something like that, I believe. Because even the some of the videos too with the burn scars and the damage done to the human bodies of some of these people. Telegram, you'll see him. Twitter, you'll see him. You guys, yeah. Moderator Overkill, was it? Let's see. I don't know. Oh no, Moderator Overkill. No, I thought that was a movie name. Yeah, no, I had 300 moderators back in the day as a well-armed people group so that everybody be alive. But we got bigger than 300 people. But that's the only reason, Kenneth. Yeah, and I finally announced it. Like, I can't make any more moderators because we have too many. Oh, man. No, I honestly, the reason I made so many moderators is because everybody who would come and visit my live stream, I'm like, you guys are a friend of mine because you're spending some time with me. So thank you. So I'll make you a moderator. Because I figured if everybody was a moderator, they'd be polite to each other. Oh, Harponso Clothing Company, great to see you. Chad Kroll, Michelle Mashburn, it's great to see you. Oh, you're near Portland, Maine. Very nice. Up there, yeah, my buddy Ralph up there. He's China Lake area. Marie Smith, it's great to see you. Died by pager blown up. Oh no. Doug Owens loves Jesus. Great to see you. Derek Otto, great to see you, buddy. Tama Lane, 3-in-1 supermoon, blood moon, and lunar eclipse. Really? Oh wow. See, yeah, I'm afraid it is a long story there. Me, Papa, what's up? Hey, how are you doing, Beth? Nikki Larson, how are you? Greatest Exchange, Pat Evans, Sean Marie, great to see you. There was a mod shortage when I joined Bill Bailey. Bushcraft family. Yeah, scary to think 20 grams in everyone's phone would be hard. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard for China. Yeah, and what I was reading was it was literally less than an ounce. Or less than a... yeah, you had it right, because I saw the 10 to grams. The 10 to 20 grams is all that was used, supposedly. Oh, no! A $10 chat question. I'm sorry, Meat Puppet. Fire away, brother, man. Yeah, if you guys have questions, fire away. Linda Hayes, you're funny, Bubba. You know what? Someone said that to me once, and I looked back at it. I said, "Well, looks aren't everything." Funny looking, it's cheesy. It was my flight attendant days. I had to think of stuff on the fly to be funny, and You know, like we're not happy till you're not happy. You know, have a great day. Welcome. You know, yeah. When it was we used to say welcome on board, and I would say welcome, I'm bored. So we had fun. But you know what? People don't listen. They're just Stephanie. Who do you is the beast that will start the end soon with the Israel deal? Marco Ponce, that's a great question. I have no clue. Because even if I had a clue, I believe no one can really know yet who the beast is, because he's still sealed up in the 7 sealed scroll and it won't be released until Jesus opens the seals. So we can speculate all we want. And there's so many good candidates. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we all have them. But you know what? Honestly, I believe it's going to be someone that no one is even talking about today. No one's even paying attention to. And I think that's going to be part of his allure. People are going to be like, who's this guy? Where did he come from? Man, this guy is awesome. You know what I mean? That's what I think, but just some studies and stuff. Sir Pierce Savale, it's great to see you. Grace NYC. Yeah, Marie Smith, I don't think we'll know. Wanted to know why the chicken actually crossed the road. Oh, no. You know what? I think the chicken crossed the road because Tyson was on his side. So he had to get across the street. Yeah. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You know, Rachel Smith, that's a great deep dive. It's very possible. You know what? William Moline, that's another thing. That's another reason why I wanted to type in Operation Below the Belt, because there was one video that came out when you search. It'll pop up, and it's got like 20,000 views. Really cool, whatever. You know, I could have done one earlier today, but I wanted to wait for this information to come in. I wanted to wait until I had time to relax and talk to you guys, say hello. Kind of explain it to you if I can, or you know, whatever. Just it's not going to be anyone over 50. Yeah, Yvonne, I think you're right. I think it will be someone young and attractive, and but you know, it's going to be Mr. Big Mouth too. He's going to get himself in trouble. Pambolina, great to see you. Yeah, too bad Sin Wars wearing dresses. No, if I missed it, please highlight my name. No. Yeah, Meat Puppet. If you guys have Meat Puppet. I was commenting that I was really surprised the major prophetic wars haven't happened yet. Put on more surprised by the lack of churches teaching. I know. No, maybe it is, Bush. Yeah, maybe 7 p.m. Tuesday would be a good one. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. You know what, Meat Puppet? I've wondered that too. Like, God, why haven't these wars really kicked off yet? What is holding it back? I mean, we know God's directing his word to perform it, Jeremiah 1:12. You know, yeah, but it's like, and it felt like for weeks, and months, we were steamrolling ahead, and then we just came to like this slowdown, a stop. Now it's just kind of like building, but it almost feels like one of these bad earthquakes that's coming that everyone knows is building, or like these solar storm flare things that are coming. We know it's coming, and when it hits, it's going to be a doozy. But until then, everyone just pauses and kind of waits. But yeah, you know, and there's lots of chatter too going into October. And, you know, and I know the Biden administration and everything else, they want to hold this war off as long as they can until at least the election. I don't think they're going to be able to hold it off until November 5th. I don't think they're going to be able to hold off Taiwan with China until November 5th either. You know, but and I believe that that's coming in the time frame of the election. And this stuff with Israel, this is nuts. Because I mean, the promises went out for months that Israel said that they were going to have their schools start on time, September 1st, and have their residents return to the north. A couple things though, because Netanyahu knows that he has to keep this war going because there's many people that want him out. And, but he also knows he has to kind of, in a weird way, he's kind of got to go along with what Ben Gvir want. Not so much Bezalel Smotrich anymore, but Ben Gvir is really making a name for himself. And he's got some mega shenanigans on his plate coming up for the feasts, the fall feast coming up. Oh man, what is it? October 2 to 4, I guess officially. So that's literally, you know, it begins what, 2 weeks from tonight, tomorrow. I mean, officially, isn't it August 2 to 4 is if he's Trump, it's the first one or something like that. So, yeah, I'm with you, Peggy. I'm not sure we see the elections. But you know what? The stuff with Trump too. They had the second time 0 for 2 is what I saw the other night down in Florida. But you know what? This is planting the seed too in everyone's mindset about Trump. They've tried to take him out twice and they haven't gotten him. Maybe the third time's a charm. So that may be something else they still have worked up their sleeves. But I truly believe that Ben-Gvir has some big shenanigans up his sleeve coming up for the Temple Mount for this year. And he may be the one that'll start to kick this whole thing off. You know, and even the Psalm 83 war, the reason they do this is they make a covenant against God. They're mad at God. And maybe I just read that again the other day a little differently, but it's like, I'm just going to pop down there real quick. As long as you guys are okay, I'll keep going for a couple minutes. Here we go for verse 2. And Asaph is petitioning God. Asaph was with King David even. That's how cool this guy is. He was with his worship team or something like that, if I remember right. But he was a prophet. But anyway, he's begging God, do not be silent. Oh God, do not be still. For behold, your enemies, capitalized God's enemies, make an uproar. Those who hate you, Jehovah God, have exalted themselves. They make shrewd plans against your people, the Jews, and they conspire together against your treasured ones, or it could be hidden ones, or your ones there. And and this is when they say, "Come and let us wipe Israel off the nation." Out as a nation, that the name of Israel be remembered no more. For they have conspired together with one mind, and against you, Jehovah God, they make a covenant. So, yeah, he was a writer of, I forget, 12, 13 Psalms, something like that. But anyway, thank you, Linda Hayes. Yes, thank you so much. No, for October 2 through 4. Yeah, and there's something going on with Russia, too. Who's that? Sir Pierceville, I think that, yeah, thank you, Harpazzo Clothing Company. David's a worship leader. Yeah. But Sergei Shoigu, or whatever his name is, it sounds like a bad Chinese restaurant thing or something. Anyway, he landed in Damascus yesterday. He was supposed to go to Tehran, but he landed in Damascus yesterday, and it kind of surprised some security people because he landed in Damascus because he was supposed to fly to Tehran, which he did today. He left Damascus and went to Tehran, signed the paperwork for the Iran and Russia's military agreement, their Security Council thing. And that's falling away to the news cycle. People aren't talking about that. That was huge because they've been working on that for weeks, and today they signed it. And this could be, this gets really deep, but this could be why Russia is then pulled down into the Gog of Magog, because he is signed with Persia there. Ezekiel 38, what is that? 3 through 6, somewhere in there, that area. Again, same thing. Forgive me, I haven't done my Ezekiel 38 research here for a minute. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Yay, Bubba, you got one right. Gog of Magog, Rosh, Meshach, Tubal, in 38, verse 3. Oh, turn you about and put hooks in your jaws, bring you out, you and all your army, your horses and horsemen, all of them splendidly attired, a great company of buckler and shield, all of them wielding swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Put. And it's kind of interesting because you have Persia listed down here with like these other guys, like the smaller guys. So it's as if the Elam prophecy of Jeremiah 49, 34 to 37 area has already taken place, and Elam into Persia is weakened, and this is why Persia is mentioned in like the second place guys down there in verse 5. Anyway, Gomer with all their troops, Beth Togarmah from the remote parts of the north. So we've got all these prophecies still coming up. All right, now I feel like I'm blabbing. See, I still have my screen set on me, Puppet. Thank you for asking the question. If you guys have questions, highlight my name. Seriously, I'll see if I can see it. Rapturehead777, great to see you. Sorry, guys, I'm thirsty today. Goodness. Oh gosh, what else? Oh, let's finish off with the. Well, I'm not gonna finish off yet, but for those of you who've donated, let's get that out of the way. I just want to say thank you again. Seriously, thank you. Mrs. Bubba's car is still in the shop. She can't make any money. She can't make any money right now because she doesn't have a car, of course, to do her Uber, and it'll probably be in the shop another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They're still having to deal with parts. She has a Nissan Altima or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, if anyone wants to donate or whatever, and I mean, Papa, you said $10 earlier, so I didn't see if you did a super chat, and if you did, I apologize. I just want to say thank you. That was awesome. But give, send, go, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I can't remember. But anyway, God's taking care of us right now, and I ask for your prayers though, because I still have my live-in guest buddy trying to help out. So that's really stressful around the house and whatnot. But yes, no, thank you, please. I ask for your prayers. That's number one, first and foremost. Owen Miller, is your prayers. I've just, someone asked me why I haven't done another live stream. Guys, I've wanted to do so many live streams the past couple days, and I do. I enjoy this. I really do. Once I get going, but I've had so much anxiety lately, and I know a lot of it's probably just because of the stuff I'm putting into my mind from looking at the news. And I don't want to be in the world. I want to be in the Word. And but we're seeing these pieces of the puzzle come together, and and even seeing some of the videos and stuff. It's a form of the PTSD kind of a scenario. I mean, it is. It's I mean, some of the stuff I've seen over the years, it's crazy town. You know what I mean? Stuff you can never unsee. I mean. Man, who do I follow on Telegram? Oh, she sent a question. Sherry Charles. Somebody just asked a question. Who is that? Oh, thank you so much, Sherry Charles, for being here. Someone said something. Hold on. I'll have to get back to you, Sherry. Who do I follow on the Purple Squish? You know what? I follow Watchman River Tom. I follow Rev 310. Arrow Ministries. They're smaller, but they're fun. Beginning of Sorrow's News. Keegan Fernandez. I love his stuff. Come to find out that brother lives half way around the world. I didn't know that. I thought he was stateside, maybe UK. Oh no, he's literally around the world. India. Keegan Fernandez. Yeah, his stuff is really good. There's a couple other guys too I follow, and there's a bunch that some that I follow, even some Israeli channels. I don't pay the thing to Telegram to get the translate thing. I should look into that, but it's like, a couple minutes someone will have it out in English. So no, oh, thank you, Bushcraft family, for putting the Telegram. Yeah, it's Rick Whitaker, thank you for being here in the live stream. Sorry for the short notices, guys. I just sometimes I just get it going. All right, here, Sherry, I'm looking, sweetie. Okay, let me see what you say here. I'll be praying for y'all, Bubba Miller, Owen Miller. Is the U.S. holding Israel from not attacking at the perfect time? If it is right now, what's holding them back? That's a great question. Thank you, Sherry. Was the beeper incident a stopgap to the Samson option, Chuck W? The Samson option's still coming down the road because there's so many versions of the Samson option that could be and probably will be used. Even discussing with my buddy Bruce, I am a whosoever. He may be on live stream, he may not. But last night, even the strong cities of Syria are going to be hit with Damascus, like Aleppo, Hama, Homs. The area there in western and northwestern Syria, just across the border from the Bekaa Valley there of Lebanon, where those Lebanese and Hezbollah fighters can go into and whatnot. Is the U.S. holding Israel from not attacking Lebanon at the perfect time? It is right. It is right now. Honestly, I believe it is too. What's holding them back? Well, you know what? Netanyahu still has to kiss up to Biden, because Netanyahu still needs weapons. And there's talk of Canada stopping shipments, the UK stopping shipments, Germany stopping shipments. And this is another reason why Israel's going to have to start building more internally. And, I saw the blurb the past week, too, where Israel's supposed to get 4 of the KC-46 refueler airplanes, and the United States is going to help Israel in some of their southern Air Force bases to build the brand new hangars to hold these refuelers so that they could do their attacks on Iran and whatnot. But Israel can still do it. They know how to do it now. And I apologize. I think I missed a couple questions, and I hate that because I used to be a flight attendant, so I love the customer service. I love the empathy. I love the because I want you guys to feel like you're special because you're here. You're taking some of your time out on Tuesday night to say hello. So, question: can you explain the Samson option for those who don't know? The Samson option is basically Israel's. It's their unofficial nuclear plan. And Israel has nukes that they can drop from airplanes. Israel has nukes from their submarines. I don't think they do, but they might have some on their corvettes, their naval side. But I know they have their submarines, their airplane, and their the rockets that they can fire. And the unofficial count of Israel with nukes is under 240. Somewhere between 90 and 240. I lean probably closer to the 240 plus. Because if the Jews don't know how to reverse engineer nuclear weapons to burn nuclear weapons for 7 years so they don't have to go to the fields for firewood, they will very soon. But I believe that they already know how to do that too, per the, what is that, Ezekiel 39 verse 9, I think it is, somewhere in there. The Narnians have lodged a resolution. Yes, the Purple Squish nailed it. I heard today that the Palestinians have lodged a resolution at the United Nations to prevent anyone buying weapons technology from Israel. Yes, and that's part of their, and I haven't looked at it if they've updated it today, but that's part of their thing too. Or the resolution that was that today. Oh, that was today. Ooh, Purple Squish, you just nailed something that I was covering last week, and I totally spaced it because they were supposed to vote on that today. Because they want part of this resolution for 500,000 plus Jews to be kicked out of the West Bank, out of Judea and Samaria in 6 months. And that was that resolution. Good point. I totally spaced it. With the pagers, I totally spaced it. But you're right. I think that, that's right. Because, they were supposed to vote on it today. Oh, man, I'm going to have to look at that. But, yeah, I have a feeling... Yeah, let's see here. If you don't mind, let me pop over to the tweeters. Let me see what's going on here. Do you guys use that swipe? Like when you slide your hand around? Or do you manually type out letters? I've gotten so used to the swipe over the years, but I don't think it's good to do. Yeah, because the Palestine, they have their own seat at the United Nations General Assembly. They can't vote, but they can put forward resolutions to get others to vote on their behalf. I'm starting to see, and this is in calls for support of Palestine resolution, historic vote today at the UN General Assembly. That's what I should have typed in, UNGA. Sorry, guys, I just wanted to find out real quick because I have a feeling. But you know what? It's not binding, even if they passed it. Okay, the UN General Assembly to convene the emergency summit to advance the CIJ and the ICJ ruling on the illegal nature of Israel occupying territories. Okay, so they're still working on that. Yeah, see, did they pass it? I don't know if they passed it. But I'm sure they did. Not like it's going to be binding. It's going to go over. They're supposed to convene at 10 a.m. for a special emergency meeting, UN General Assembly. Do you guys know? Did it pass? Oh, Bill Bailey, thank you so much for being here, brother, man. I know it's almost 1 a.m. your time, man, over there in the UK. We are flying very soon, Mariana. No doubt. I just can't believe we're still here, honestly. Yeah, its resolutions are only advisory and have less legal significance than Congress resolving on National Tulip Month. Okay, well, whether or not they did pass it or not, it's either way, it's going to make the headlines and it's going to be there so people see it and they're going to say, yeah, you guys need to follow this rule. You need to get out. And you guys don't need to be selling weapons to them anymore if they're going to target the terrorists in the West Bank. And all right, it's almost, and guys, isn't this crazy? Check this out. It's almost 8 p.m. Eastern, and the sun's going down. This is crazy because sunset here in Indiana is now 7:50 right now. So we'll wrap this up here in 10 minutes. I'll just see here. Are we close? Yeah, we're very close to the end. Let me see. If you guys want, fire away some questions. There's one. Hold on. I was just pulling up Israel real quick. Let's get back. Here's my problem. I can't work fast enough. The vote is tomorrow on expelling the Jews from Judea and Samaria. Thank you very much, Purple Squish. Thank you. Question: are you ready for Satan to perform his fake rapture with all power? You know what, Marco? I don't know how he could perform a fake one. I know they're going to try to explain it away as that. I know that's for certain. And I know they've been trying to work on that for years with Project Bluebeam and the holoportation. And those videos are crazy too, wild. And I know they have the technology to be to every cell phone in the world to broadcast an emergency broadcast in your language locally. And I know that that's part of their plan. So, yeah, that I'm not worried about. Yeah, if the COVID jab can be used for the fake rapture, well, they might. I don't know. Yeah. You know, just the stuff that they're put. Yeah, who knows? You know what, Kimberly Ann, it's great to see you. Iowa, if I remember right. But yeah, dude, our grass is so dry now. I know I'm not Bushcraft family yet, and I know I'm not so dry as him in Ohio and whatnot, up towards Pennsylvania, New York, and all that, but it's got nutty, Professor. Go fund me for receptionist. You know, Sir Pierce Saville, that would be great. If I could have, like, Amir Safadi, or whatever his name is, as he's doing his live stream, like today, have his social media people upload the videos and the pictures, because I have them all on the phone and the links, and I'd rather put them up. But you know, maybe I need to work on kicking Mrs. Bubba out of the bedroom and getting it set up so I can record upstairs again, because I won't be able to do this outside when it's raining and it's snowing and it's getting dark. You know, I want to be able to do this upstairs on the computer like I used to, but you know, I want to get better at this and whatever. But Carrie Edwards, it's great to see you tonight. Yeah, but we have that. Oh man, Mrs. Bubba with her menopause. We've got our window air conditioning because she wanted the window air conditioning going on. You know, she wanted that years ago, and I'm like, a window air conditioning? What are you talking about? We're not hillbillies. We are, but, you know, we're not hillbillies. But, you know, I'm so grateful for that thing up here now, because it gets to cool off and whatnot. Oh, man. Peggy McGuire, whose live stream? I love laughing so much. Oh, man. It's really dry here, too. Aussie for Christ? Yeah, I believe it is. Oh, and Lisa Anderson, no, you're doing great. Honestly, you know, just the anxiety and stuff, sometimes I just need encouragement, not pushing, but just like, Bubba, I'd love to see a live stream in the next day or two, or, you know, something like that. Oh man, I've got to get with my buddy too there at Amio Life. I've been taking those probiotics this week. Oh, outstanding. They were so good. He texted me today, Doug did, but we were talking about the pager beeper thing. And, you know what? I said something back to him too. Sherry Charles, send me questions. And if I messed up the question, keep them coming. I love it. Here's, I'm just going to throw this out there real quick. Yeah, what Israel used today is very scary technology indeed, unprecedented. To understand the Middle East region, though, winning is not enough. Oh, hi, Dawn Riverstone. How are you doing? You have to win so big that you break their will to fight back. And you have to win so big that they lose all hope of beating you ever militarily. I have a feeling that this only stirred the hornet's nest with Hezbollah, as this did not break the will of Hezbollah to fight back. This will only embolden them in the days to come. And I posted Hezbollah announced that 5 more terrorists were killed, 7 in total. I think the total now today is 8 or 9 Hezbollah terrorists that have been killed. So I think the numbers are 451 last I saw or something anyway. Yeah, so I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's getting cold. You better go in. Oh, Chuck W. I hope it's not getting cold yet, man. It's still pretty warm here. This is why I'm in shorts and whatnot. But yeah, let's. I don't want to keep you guys forever because I know there's other live streams coming up. 7:55. You guys have any more questions or anything? Let me see here. See here. Who else is here? I'm hungry for more Rapture talk. Carla, my home 7. Yeah, what would you like to hear? Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be so cool too because, oh, hi, Bunny. Oh, check this out. This bunny rabbit just popped up next to me. I don't know if you can see him. I don't know if you guys can see that. Check that out. Bunny rabbit. What's up, guy? What's up, buddy? I like that when the little animals come and say hello. Man, he come right up running towards me and he stopped and went back the other way. I was like, no way. Cute bunny. Yeah, bunny rabbit, Marie Smith, man. Yeah, at least we're not in Springfield, Ohio. That's for sure. Rapture buddy, I love that. I am a whosoever. That's my buddy Bruce that I was talking about earlier that we were discussing Zarephath there in between Sidon and Tyre there. Hezbollah strongholds, Obadiah 1, 19, 20, that area. Yeah, Carrie Edwards and Bonnie, man. He was too cute. Snow White. I wish. The Pearl Squish. Oh, man. Yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean. You guys probably too. You've been in neighborhoods like here where it just seems like that you can tell when the animals are happy. Does that make sense? Like you can hear when the birds are chirping. You see the bunnies come by. Yeah. And then the Wapshire rabbit. I love it. I gotta look up the. All right, my sweetheart. I love you. Teenagers. I love them. Man, that's my second youngest. No, my second oldest. My second yeah. Yeah, isn't that awesome? Owen Miller riding our white horse down. What is that? Revelation 19, verse 14, if I remember right. Coming down on the white horse. Let's end on with that verse. That's an encouraging verse. Yeah, it's so cool. Well, let's just do verse 11. I know, I'm almost done. Oh, okay, off to Uptime. Tell him I said hello, Marie Smith. Those guys are fun. And I saw heaven open, 19 verse 11, Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he who sat on it is called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he judges and wages war. His eyes are a flame of fire, and on his head are many diadems. And he has a name written on him which no one knows except himself. That alone blows my mind. Jesus has a name written on him that none of us know right now. He is clothed with a robe dipped in blood. Now we read about that blood. We all think the shed blood of Jesus Christ, but we read about that blood in Isaiah 63. And his name is called the Word of God. And the armies which are in heaven, clothed in fine linen, white and clean, were following him on white horses. That's right, Derek Otto, not his blood, but the blood of his enemies. That's right. Greatest Exchange, it was a great to see you. And guys, it is almost 8 p.m. and Sherry Charles sent me another text, so we will see what she has in store. She probably might have another question. But yeah, we're going to get out of here. Yeah, Michelle, read Isaiah 63 verses 1 through 3 area, I believe it is. Who is this that comes from Petra, Edom, Basra, with blood stained? Jesus fights alone. Yeah, okay, let's see what we got here. The New World Financial System coming soon, asking for a friend. Jeannie, I'm with you there. I asked up there earlier, Mercy Morgan, I apologize. I missed your, and thank you so much, Sherry Charles, for sending the question. Thank you for squishing it down too so I can look at them. Oh, bye, sweetheart. Everyone, my teenager. I asked up there earlier, do you think we'll see the destruction of Damascus before the rapture? That's $1 million question. Who's live next? Carla, Uptime, I know is, will we see the destruction of Damascus before the rapture? That's $1 million question. A part of me says yes, and a part of me says no. And there's some, if you do a dive even into Isaiah 49 verses 23 to 27, Isaiah 49, 23 to 27, it kind of gives a second camera angle of Isaiah 17, 1 through 14. And verse 24 especially talks about a woman giving birth. And it's kind of like a rapture idiom. It's a neat study. So, I mean, it's very possible that the Damascus prophecy could be before the full-on Psalm 83 war. And I believe that the full-on Psalm 83 war gets kicked off after the Jews get onto the Muslims, Al-Aqsa, Temple Mount Mosque, and do that. So that's what I believe. But it's a fun study. And, I mean, it's possible we'll see it, but it's possible we won't. I don't believe that we will see Ezekiel 38, 39 at all. And Bunny is back. Based on after Ezekiel 28 verses 24 to 26, when Israel's living at peace and they have no bars nor gates because they've gained land past their bars nor gates, and they are kind of like Germany did when they took down the walls. They expanded and it became their whole thing. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So, Dig Deeper Ministry, great to see you. I'll give the shout outs now. So 1971, it's so good to see you. She's up in northern Indiana. Barbara Ames, great to see you. Carla, my home 7. Before or after? That's $1 million question. Shoot, we are so stinking close. Yeah, regarding the destruction of Damascus, I mean, we are close, but I still think there's a couple things that are going to tick them off, because I don't believe that Israel. I hate to keep you guys, but because I know it's getting dark, you guys got to go. Whatever. But I mean, it's possible too that Damascus happens after Psalm 83. Because Israel could be getting hit so bad, and they could be getting pummeled so bad, especially Isaiah 17, 4 to 6, where basically the northern third of Israel is going to take such a huge beating. The second third of Israel, down to Tel Aviv, possibly down to Jerusalem, is going to take also another huge beating. 2 or 3 olives left in the uppermost portion, the upper third, 4 or 5 left in the middle. It's possible that they could use finally say and pull off the shelf the nuke and say, that's it. You've pushed us into a corner, and they're going to break out like this and use the first nuke. And that could like stop the entire world for a minute. Or they could hit Damascus, and this could be part of the whole thing where you get all these Arab nations that are wanting to join forces, those round about Israel. Isaiah 28, 24 to 26, and Zechariah 12, 4 to 6. Those roundabout, surrounding. Sabib, S-A-B-I-B is the Hebrew wording. It's Israel's literally their neighboring Arab enemies. And the only two we're basically waiting on are the people groups down here from Jordan. And I'm doing this for my end, but anyway, it's Jordan over here and the people groups down here of Egypt. And I still believe got some Saudi people groups that are coming to fulfill the full-on Psalm 83, 8 to 10. But we've got some big things coming. And like Sir Pierce Saville said, Damascus has never fully, totally ever been annihilated, destroyed. Damascus has been a city ever since Abraham. Jesus went to Damascus. It's the world's oldest inhabited city ever since time that we know. So, all right, well, let's get going. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for being here so much. And let's do the shout outs. We'll finish it out. I need to have some cool outro music or something like I can insert something like that. What do you think, Lisa Anderson? We can do something like that. Think of it. We're looking up. Oh, I know. And their eyes were blown up. A Martin X777. I know. Yeah, isn't that wild, Kenneth? As a sheep and returns as a lion in wrath. Peggy McGuire, great to see you. Mercy Morgan, it's so great to see you. He only bans people who are acting inappropriate. Don't throw. Oh, okay. I hope no one's doing anything bad. The Watchmen or anyone else. But yeah, no, you guys know. You guys are adults, but no banning people unless they're really just like anti-Israel and this, that, the other, and just trying to strip, and there's people that have questions that are trying to learn because they're trying to put the puzzle pieces together, and there are people that are coming into chats as like an evil ogre, and they're trying to just stir the pot, and it's like, make that stuff go away. Coco Bear, love you too. It's so great to see you. Marco Pont, great to see you. Derek Otto, they've had some bumps and bruises. Yeah, I know, Maine. The teenagers, yeah. No, thank you so much for being here. The Purple Squish it's great to see you in here. The Nut House, Dana B, thank you for being here. Kim D, more Oklahoma, nice. Thankfully, no more tornadoes going through. Oh, goodness gracious, gracious, gracious. Angel, oh, thank you for being here. And I hope I wasn't being too weird earlier. I was trying to help you with that answer with the Jews who are blinded and stuff. I just like to help out if I can. Hiker lady, no, thank you for being here. Thank you for updating me, you guys, with your news and the chat and stuff. Daryl Calhoun, great to see you. Who else? Carrie Edwards, Grace, New York City, love you being here. Quentin Holy Spirit, Mike Abshier, great to see you again. I think I've got caught up to anybody. If I've missed you, forgive me. But you guys are so much fun. You guys, I just love the fellowship, if anything. And Southern Ohio, Susan Picciano, I hope I got that right. And someone else I thought I saw said local. Yeah, exactly. A false prophet, Carly My Home 7. I don't think so. Exactly. Oh, Bad Eye Studios. Great to see you. No, it's so good to see you. Someone I thought said, okay, Phyllis Menace. Great to see you, Sunshine. How are you doing? I've got to get out of here because, as you know, outside, she lives just, I don't know, 30 miles north of me, probably. And, it's getting dark, so I gotta finish this out. But I just love saying hello to so many of you guys. There's a chance that Isaiah 17:1 will trigger Psalm 83. I do too, me, Papa. There is a very good chance that it could do it. Especially because Ezekiel 38 says that they're dwelling peacefully in the land. Yeah. But it's almost as if, check out, seriously, Meat Public, check out Ezekiel 28, 10 chapters before Ezekiel 38. Read verses 24 to 26. Because Israel has taken care of those round about them. Sabib is the Hebrew word, S-I-B-I-B. They're surrounding Arab enemies, and they are able to live at peace at this time. And this is why I believe that the Psalm or the Ezekiel 38 is then after that. Anyway, yeah, but that's just a key tie-in for me to find out and stuff too. Oh yeah, Dawn Riverstone, it's great to see you. Sue Ann, it's great to see you. Oh. Who else? Who else have I missed? Anybody else? All right. I think I've got everybody. Yeah, you guys are Mountain Grandma. Great to see you all. It's getting dark, so I'm just going to say ciao for now. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. Ask for your prayers. And if there's anything I can do to help you guys, let me know. And Watchman River is definitely not a false prophet, what I've seen. So I saw people saying he's a false prophet. He's teaching the gospel of the Lord Jesus Christ, and he's giving out a lot more verses than I am, and he's giving out a lot more gospel speak than I am. And the Holy Spirit's been convicting me of that as well, because, and Bible prophecy is one thing, but first and foremost is the gospel. Because if you don't have the gospel, and if you are not a new creation in the Lord Jesus Christ, this is just foolishness, because the message of the cross is to those who perish foolishness. But to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. I have been saved, I am being saved, and I will be saved. I've been justified, I'm currently being sanctified, and I will one day be glorified. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye. See if I can do this. All right.